Ep2. Hey everybody, I'm Wah.
And I'm Chris. And welcome to Docu Sweeties.
We're two longtime friends who discuss the riveting and sometimes Angela deemed trashy world of reality TV and docuseries.
Ding, 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 ding. But through our own lens, which is riddled with barbecue sauce and whiskey, bourbon, dry aged barrel, like a gun. Anyway, and also sweet, like a cake. White
Uh,
cake. No strawberries or nothing on it, just white dry cake.
Great. So we're talking 90 Day Fiancé, Season 10, Episode 2. We are gathered here today. Anyways, y'all, let me tell you right now.
What? Say it.
I think I'm starting to like this. I think that uh
What? The show, the season, the
you
titles. I
wrote
couldn't wait.
here, I'm sorry, you wrote here Blashney, which is
Blashley.
she's a blitch. Her name is Ashley the Blitch.
You're right.
Blashley is like
Could she be Blashley the Blitch or no? That's too many. But she said Black Ashley. That's why. I,
that just caught my eye and I was like, what the heck? Anyway, I really liked this. I liked the episode today. I think that Jasmine gave a different energy than she normally gives, and it was playful. It didn't go into like an immediate screaming meltdown. And I thought her things that she wanted were realistic and not crazy, and then Nikki, oh my god, I will never get used to her face.
yeah, like it's hard with Nikki because Nikki is trans, and so I wish that Nikki didn't look this way and was trans, and or if she was not trans and she still had done all this plastic surgery. It's like I don't know who to hang my hat on. Like when they're like, "Grandpa, what does she look like?" Like I don't know if those grandpas are like, I don't know what they're seeing, because it looks to me like you're just showing a grandpa like a porn person and being like, "What do you think this porn person looks like, grandpa?" And they're like, "Good," and it really goes back to, I don't understand what men think plastic surgery is, and it's always surprising to me if they don't understand like how much someone has and what that means, and or if they're like, as long as I like the general shape of it, that's fine.
And the shape is not good. The picture that he showed of her like in a bikini or whatever, the ratio between the leg and the hip, it wasn't giving. It's giving botched. It's not giving seamless. It doesn't look good. It's like the same as Jasmine. Jasmine's butt does not fit her thighs.
You're absolutely right.
And it just doesn't look good. And also Jasmine's boobs don't like, it's just like it's a lot. It's a lot of whatever. But speaking of,
It's
let's
aesthetical choice they're making. I mean, that must another thing be another thing. While like we must be like, that's crazy looking, and they must be like, that's the way we want it.
yeah.
Oh, and we're like, oh, so I guess we don't yuck your yum. That's exactly what you wanted. You wanted so I could kind of see where the implant is, and I can see where your like smaller leg just kind of is just barely supporting, protruding AI style, just like it's just so, but they like it,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. And I guess that, we're the 20% who are hating or whatever, what they think. Okay. Anyways, let's just talk about Sophie's wig.
I have
Let
that wig. I have it off Amazon.
Yeah.
Should I go get it?
Yeah.
Okay, there. You
Let me go
talk.
get mine. I'm gonna get a wig too. We'll both get
Okay.
wigs. We'll be
Okay.
back.
Technically, this is my Debbie wig, but we can use it for her.
Okay, ready for the big reveal?
Yeah. What are gunshots? I'm so rich. For some reason, I'm so rich. But for some reason, it's not like you're coming to London and live with my rich family. I'm okay just going to LA. Like I can't, for some reason, just afford a better place in LA if I'm that rich. Why can't my grandfather give me the same amount of money he was giving me in London for LA? I won't answer any of those questions though. This is my real hair. This is my real skin color and face. This is my nose. I was born with all of this.
Rob, oh, I'm so knackered. How come you're making the lift not work? It's the wrong accent. I'm in South Africa again. Let me come over to London.
Well,
London town. Rob, you've broken the lift, Rob. Oh,
why'd
I
you
can't
push all
believe
the
what you're doing.
buttons?
I can't breathe. You're proposing. I never wanted to get married. And I haven't been thinking about it for very long, even though I'm so young. I'm only 23. So how long could I have possibly been thinking about marriage?
I smell.
I wanted to meet him looking good. I wanted to have I'm leaving my accent again, and I'm in Germany, and I've changed so much. I must come back to Rob the knob.
I mean, when she gets out of that I'm sorry, that she's in the airport and she's like it's pink sweatpants, pink this hair with like her lace front just like there, like blinking at us, like pink hard luggage of different size or different shades, just like all of it is so crazy, and side note is like now I kind of like this wig and now I'm like, do I wear it? Anyway, so yeah, so listen, here we are. We get to talk about them. They are the Jibri and Miona, but Miona is and Jibri are like somehow better. I mean, he is Rob is, and that's saying a lot. They are together unsufferable, but at least I'll tell you that she gives good side eye of being like, this motherfucker. Can you believe it? But she doesn't make sense. Like her shit isn't making sense either. So I'm kind of like side eye to you because of all the things I said. Like no one that rich is going to be like, well, I guess my options are nothing and come to you and spend no money there. If I'm living the high life in London, and again, like what rich person is going to be like, you know what? There's no way you can come to London. Doesn't make sense. Like he's not going to be a star. He can do it in London. He can live in London.
He really can, because the truth is him looking the way he looks is a benefit in Los Angeles. So the fact that he isn't successful is his own fault. Must be, right? He doesn't want to do the things that is necessary. Now, I'm not saying they're nefarious things. I'm just saying there are things that he should be doing and he's not doing.
You better use that word every podcast, every episode. Okay. You better. I love it.
First of all, I say lots of words every single podcast. Okay, wait. And then she's like, her makeup is horrible. Look at this, Chris. Look at this. What's up with her eyebrow? What's up with her lip? It's like she already has a lip, but she's still drawing over it. She
has horrible taste. I mean, she was never raised well. She's not rich. Her mom speaks the way that her mom's does, not because, listen, this is not Kate Middleton,
This is new money.
I don't even believe it's money though. I'm now saying it's not even money.
Because why? You're right. The only reason why she's doing this is because I think he's like in his 30s and she's 23. So maybe she's just living with him in his hovel because she's young and in love. Maybe she doesn't know she has the option of doing something different or demanding something different.
This man is mildly attractive with light eyes, and it has caused him to have a head like nobody's business. And she, I think, like is fall victim to it. I think that she's just like a little bit under his spell. But the thing about it is, yes, of course that he's attractive, but like a seasoned woman is like, it's not enough.
Yeah.
to just be like, I mean, but she that's why it's a little LOL that they met on Instagram. But they've already been hanging out so much that it's like you've been knowing that he is, a cringy kind of tool, and like literally people keep telling you, like your parents, and if it's not your parents and your mom being like he's a cringy tool, that he does what he does, which is like you get off the plane, you're in your, pink on pink, rolling your shit, and then he's like, wait, stop, have a
Hammer
tie.
time.
Oh, I'm glad. Wow, that's why we're friends. And Hammer Time is like a G slide kind of Chris Brown-esque walk right into um like some weird proposal that she suddenly has to like say yes to. And then in his confessional, he's like, sorry, you don't get LA without me. Which then made me feel like he's why she's in LA. He made it seem like you have to come to LA. LA's the place to be. Like LA's the hottest. He must have been like, you lived your whole life in London thinking that Los Angeles and Hollywood's the place to be. And so like she must just think that, yeah, like she can move him up. But like my thinking is if you had if your family was rich, there'd be not one moment that you'd be staying where you're staying.
Not a second. No.
Not
Your mother would have been like, "You're not living in Inglewood. Here, let me rent you an apartment."
absolutely.
Yeah.
They would just drop easily, whatever, let's just say 3,500 to make sure that you had a really nice one bedroom wherever you wanted in LA.
Yep.
Like in one of those like, new modern buildings, like that's how much you would have to pay. But they're making it seem like again, this is English money. I mean, even yeah, it's easy if you're rich. I hate to say that, like, especially if there's a safety involved and like you're like very young child going across the country. That doesn't make any goddamn sense to me.
You're
And
right.
I said 35. I know that's expensive. You could get it cheaper. I just wanted to say a number that was like, here's a very much a number that you're just going to get like a one bedroom with, parking wherever you probably want in LA,
I definitely feel like you lowballed it with 35. I feel like she's gonna have to pay like 4,000 to get something super nice. So
I didn't say
I
super nice, but God bless.
safe at least. Um,
New, safe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a commercial.
Okay, I have a
I can't
question.
wear this wig anymore. I just like I can't.
Okay, and conversely, I'm like, do I just live in this wig now? Okay, so
Not from Amazon.
I have a question.
Mhm.
It's like this color can't be perfectly me, or would this color look better if I actually had makeup on, and was like all the red was taken out of my skin? When I put makeup on, like it's all the red and pinks taken out, and like the under eye circles. Like I wonder if like,
No.
do you know how long it is?
Yeah, no.
This is like Justine, if Justine had blonde hair, or who's that other? Is it a Britney? Who's the other one that we're not really seeing that like made a fake Love After Lockup certificate?
Oh,
Hair
her.
certificate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, She by Sheree. This is the only kind of blonde wig I got, and like, who told me to get this? You know what I'm saying?
It's just that I'll be honest, a little too stripes for me, for you. Like I'm not saying, like the cut and the like texture is like fine. It's just that I'm not gonna be like, oh look at that, just like half. I mean, stripe is not even a word. It's like
I don't know
I
what to
see.
tell you. I don't know what to
I'm
tell you.
looking at it. You don't have to tell me anything. We're all looking at it. I mean, if you're on the podcast, we're gonna probably have to edit that
Patreon.
out. Okay.
Patreon.
Have we gone back yet? Are we still on a commercial break?
Yeah. Where's my pencil? I mean, my pen.
That's what he said.
Oh, yeah. Giggity. Giggity.
Gross. You're gross, Wah. You're gross. Gross, Wah.
Yeah, Quagmire. Anyways.
Oh wait, let's go back. Okay, we talk about Rob and Sophie, right?
Yeah, we're still talking about them.
Okay, good.
We're not done. We're not done.
Okay, because so let's just talk about it. So he does this thing, he proposes, he says,
Wait, are we back from commercial?
Okay, well, do you want to yeah.
Okay, and we're back. Go, Chris.
So she gets sort of like, cornered into saying yes because she has to get out of the airport, and she's also heavily embarrassed that she can't quite move, and so he's done that. And then then they get into a fight over this elevator because he's like awkward and anxious as AF, and he just does this thing where he like pushes the elevator too much, and the elevator is like the oldest elevator and like can't process it, and she like clocks it, and she kind of like makes it, she isn't like, she's like, okay, this is what it is. She's I think, not secure with him. And I think that she wants him to be more secure and a little stronger and a little better at things, but he's not. She's younger, but he doesn't act like he's 10 years older than her. He really doesn't.
Yeah.
Like he and I think that he in every moment knows that like he's not doing enough. And so what we see is a man that like, haha, then she's like, like, you're dumb for breaking the elevator. And then, like he goes off to fix it, whatever. And then she's like, oh, I just fucking used it right, asshole. And he's like, you just ruined everything. Like, I just proposed to you. And then, but this is the LOL part to me, is then he's like, well, come in. Does it look any different? And she's like,
no.
No. And then he's like, oh, look. He says, I gave you a desk area. And I just wrote down, he wants his dick sucked for every breath he takes.
Yeah, he's
Should I leave? Okay.
Yeah, so I think that he was right and she was wrong in that argument. Like the way you don't have to panic in every situation. And she's like, why is it doing that? And he's like, I don't know about the elevators in LAX, which is so true. He pushed the button too many times. It freaked the elevator out, which, listen, it doesn't freak out the elevator in my building because as soon as I get into it, I'm jamming that close button, so nobody can get in with me. And it doesn't freak it out, but it freaks that one out because it's the oldest elevator known to man, apparently. It's one step from being, needing Harriet Winslow to move it in Perfect Strangers. And so he then gets upset because he's like, she's blaming me for everything. And it was true. Like, why did she have to dig it in? Like, see, you're stupid. Why did she have to do that again? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So they get into his little ass car. It reminded me of George coming to pick Anfisa up but except the items could actually fit in the car. And they get to his like one room shack where the bathroom is across the way. And she has to pretend like getting this little blue dresser is good enough. And they eat outside, which looks really cute and quaint. But I just cannot help but remembering the fact that he put down a couple of Roach motels. You're too grown to be living like that. You are too fucking grown to be living like that.
Yeah, it seems like he, isn't financially stable.
Okay, great. Sorry. Sorry. I just forgot. You haven't done it this entire time. This entire time that we've been.
So I feel really bad to say it because it feels like a little privilege to say, but like it's obviously this man isn't like living to his like, best life. He's like, every part of them driving, there, to his place and being talking about the gunshots, and then him being like, there's no guns in England, and him being like, well, it's like, whatever, there's like some guns here, but but also there's guns in movies, and don't you love LA, like movies getting guns in LA and like, whatever, and she's like, whatever. And then I guess they like pass some popo and then she's like, what popo? But she doesn't use that word or whatever. And she's like, well, 2 minutes away. And he's like, yeah, we're a mile. She's like, well, I can't use miles, well, what is that in kilometers? I'll just use 2 minutes, whatever, God bless, but
oh my God.
a kilometer is more than a mile because I know that 5 miles is 3.2 kilometers.
Yeah.
So from there, you can assume that 1 mile is in fact.
Come on, continue to assume. I was there what this assumation is. I'm telling you, I don't know. When I
this blonde hair is giving me everything.
I know it is. You were obsessed with it. You are obsessed. It's because it's long and curly. It's cute. I'm waiting for my other wig. spoiler alert for those of you guys who are on Patreon, the wig that I purchased that I thought was like 20 inches is actually 16, and it looks like somebody's like church mother's
Oh,
wig.
it looks like someone's normal hair, and the normal hair had been through it, had been through
You lied to
like.
me. You said it doesn't look bad.
I said it looked natural. Yeah, it did look like someone's natural, like looked like someone's natural head of hair, and that natural head of hair
Oh
had
my
like
god,
been
I can't.
straightened for years, and like overgrown, never cut, just pushed, between irons. You know that nori iron? Have you seen like,
Wait a
like
minute, Patreon, let me post it. Patreon, let me post a picture where she's reading me for filth, and I'm gonna also post the little dialogue. Oh my god, you're hilarious.
I know. How about this? Look at this. Is this bad? Now here's the thing. I'm going to ask you a deep, very question, and I don't care that we're in the middle of podcast.
Okay.
What Halloween costume can I be?
Rapunzel. Aurora.
Wait.
I know I said it.
But no, it's like not that kind of like Aurora has like the curl pattern is different.
Queen, the ice one.
Oh fuck, I know, it's too basic.
Elsa.
I know.
Yeah.
Rapunzel. No, it's like I gotta be like either like, how about like some fairy, like some weird fairy.
Oh, yeah, you could be fairy.
Like princess, like, or like I don't know what you call them, like Game of Thronesy or something.
Oh yeah. You could be that one from the new Game of Thrones. Did you watch the new Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah. Wait, the girl that the main girl that that goes through the first season and is now the queen, because we're only on
we're only first season.
Okay,
we're only in the first season.
Here, I don't know.
You know if you watched it or not.
Oh, sorry, I did watch the first season, but I forgot what her name is.
I don't know her name either. She
I know, that's why I don't know. I know.
It's not Daenerys. It's the Mad King's mother or grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Her dad had whatever flesh-eating disease, and his like face fucking just fell off. And then he married her best friend, and then she started having babies with some other dude. House of Dragons. Jesus. Okay, let me take some screenshots of this, of you just bothering me for this picture.
And then Emma D'Arcy is the girl who plays the character I think you mean. She has such... Oh, this one. Yeah, I can be this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Okay, and then I gotta remove some stuff before I post it, but
oh yeah, Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen. Rhaenyra. Yeah, when it's young, her hair is really super straight.
But as she gets in them sheets, remember she almost had sex with her uncle?
Yes, there's a whole yeah, and they just love fucking each other. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready to go when you are.
Oh, we're still going.
We can't just like release this. All this pausing. I don't know why we're doing this, because we're just making your editing job harder.
I've been taking notes. Don't worry.
We can put a commercial. Did we put a commercial yet? Anything?
Yeah, we did. We did go to a commercial. Remember?
Okay, no. Okay.
Gosh. And then you wonder why I'm so shocked you remember anything.
Okay.
Okay. Are we done talking about Rob and fucking Sophie? Yeah, let's move on.
Oh, do we have a... Let's just... Yeah, I mean... Do you have anything else? Yeah, I don't know. I think I said all my pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
We gotta be done, because we've been talking for them for literally 25 minutes, and we only did one couple.
Okay.
Okay. Chris, this hair. Take that wig off immediately. Take it off.
No,
Take it
let me have
off.
what? Okay.
Because you're just gonna play with it the whole time. Okay, guys, she has her wig off. Let's jump in and talk about Gino and Jasmine. Gino and Jasmine. Jasmine, I'm so excited for Jasmine to come here. I know that Gino is so cheap that me having my nails and my hair is expensive in Panama, so it's even more expensive in the US.
She looks so different in this picture. I mean, when she does how she starts this season, it's just like night and day. I don't understand who she is really, truly. But let's talk about her. So, Jasmine gets new hair, and she's really excited about it. You, oh, she's gotten a lot of new things. A lot of new things. Yeah, and we get to see her, say goodbye to her sister, and her sister, loves the way that Coco smells. And then Coco makes the jaunt through the airport, and then she has to go to Atlanta and then go to Michigan. And Coco in the airport is just like, no, this is my one chance, honey. I'm getting the hell out of here. This is like, I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's like picture just like a dog just like just like scratching its way forward using inertia and whatever, just to be like, I'm out of here.
No, she let that dog go. She was walking with the stroller, and then she saw Gino let go of the stroller, and Coco just sailed on into the
to the night.
Into the night, and she hugs, and then Coco starts to bark, and that's when she remembers Coco. Aww. It is so funny. But I do love the fact that she took out her hair extensions and took off her nails in order to accommodate his sheepness. And so she's like, he's not going to be able to afford it, so let me just take it off and, own this choice or whatever. And so she does, and it does look really cute. It does look really cute. And so she gets there, and she's like, this is the ugliest place ever. She's in the airport, and she's like, baby, why is it so cold? Like, she really wants to understand the cold weather because she does not get it. And that's what happens when you grow up in a warm, or when you've lived your entire life in a warm paradise, that like you don't understand this extreme cold. So she gets into the airport, the parking spot, and then she's like, baby, is this air conditioning? And he's like, no, this is Michigan. And she's like, I hate it. And so they're driving, and I thought it was nighttime. It's not. They're driving, and she's like, I've never seen something looking so dark and gray. It's like depression.
Yeah, I loved her being like, is that smoke coming out of your mouth? He's like, just like exhaling. It's like so cold.
Yeah.
This was the best part of the episode, and probably the best Jasmine scene. You're right. We've seen in a long time, because it's classic fish out of water. She's right. Panama, every time we've ever seen Panama, she lives in a gorgeous tropical paradise. And she has said, he does not know what I'm giving up. She was like, my identity, everyone I love. Also, have you seen it? It's gorgeous. This place sucks, which is, yeah.
Yeah, and with all the snow and everything that's going to eventually come in. She's really impressed with his SUV, though. So he gets points for that. And then he shows her around his home, and this man has not cleaned a stitch of it. He hasn't cleaned anything. She walks in and she's like, it doesn't smell like garbage, but it smells like something. And I want it to smell fresh and bleach. He didn't get anyone to clean his house. He didn't hire anyone out to just clean it up. He just can't think that forward. And then she gets a tour, and at first she's like, why is we in the laundry room? And I'm like, girl, you've walked into awkward spaces a time or two in Panama. And she doesn't like the carpet. He has the flag upside down, and he still has those like ragged. How long has he had that decoration up? How long? It's been months. He hasn't taken it down. So she gets shown the kitchen, and then we see like trauma. This is like trauma, right? This is like me not being able to throw away any plastic bags, because growing up we saved them all. We saved every one of them. And so like I make sure I take my reusable bags with me to the grocery store, so that I don't bring home a plastic bag and I don't feel like I have to keep it.
That is so generational. That is such a generational look of just not like it is not obviously getting plastic bags and then not knowing what to do with them. And they're just like, like, "Man, I'll need them later, like, and it's, yeah, there's
I
just,
use mine, and I'm always really grateful when I find one because then I'm like, oh, I can put my trash like that I'm cooking in here. That way, whatever I'm cooking doesn't smell for the next couple of days. Like if I could just be really good about taking out the like foodstuffs right after I cook, so that the only thing that's in my actual trash can is like paper goods and like things that don't smell, it would help me out a lot. But I'm not that organized yet. But yeah, so she gets upstairs and this man has shitted in his toilet and not
mm-mm,
flushed it.
mm-mm, 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 mm. Uh, I I'm livid. I'm disgusted. I'm so mad. I mean, it is so obvious. And of course, that Gina would be a disgusting old man who can't see or smell or is blind to his own sees and smells, where like he goes around and all looks just fine. Blink, blink, where you would just be like, it's not though. Just so you know, your standards are really low. Your standards are very low and you're not seeing it. So like, I don't want to tell you, like she's too good for him in that he can't afford her. He wants someone, and he said it before. Jasmine's the hottest person I've ever seen. She's so hot. And whether why I don't know why he can't fuck her if he thinks she's so hot. Anyway, she is. And listen, attractive, and she was always beautiful, and for in her own way, she's for him or whatnot getting more beautiful day by day, which I'm putting in quotation marks because I'm saying plastic surgery, which is money. And this is where I don't understand, again, men like Rob, or men like men who like Sophie, like or like Rob, or even Nicola who likes Misha, where I'm like, plastic surgery costs money, and it's listen, it's work. So,
Mhm.
do you know it? Do you know what it is? And do you know it's work? And do you know what it means? It means that you could have the possibility of the person that you are attracted to possibly looking hotter if you care about that. But what that means is that this person is going to go and do a lot of goddamn work to change that for you, because you are really into aesthetics more than other things, like a meaningful relationship with someone that holds the same like values and insights and like the same kind of like whatever things in life, maybe not the same interests, because these people can be like complementary, but who at your core you can sit with and be with, and men who are just like, she's so hot, or I really want someone who's hot, are going to pick women who are just going to constantly do everything, and then you better have the money for it at
Yep.
all times, because what you've required your woman to be is someone that you think is hot and is way too hot for you. Way too hot for you. And in Rob's case, he has like a 23-year-old.
Yep.
Both these men have younger women,
Mhm.
and both these men are poorer than what they need to be. Now, Rob is, I mean, pretty much on like welfare. I mean, he probably, I mean, that, and whether Gino is or not, we're supposed to believe, and that's why I think the producers want us to believe that he like gave up his job to make it seem like he's even poor, because that part also makes no sense. Why would you get a Jasmine from a different country and be like, what, I need less money?
Yeah. He doesn't even think about it though. He's like, she should be happy to be in America because I'm great. I'm Gino. So the fact that his toilet was that dirty and he felt comfortable to not allow like the camera crew in the home just is all very suspect. And she's laughing because she's like, I'm freaking believable, but also she knew that this is what she might run into. Now, let me just say this.
It's true.
I live by myself. And so sometimes, especially in the middle of the night, I don't flush the toilet. And I'll wake up and be like, oh God, I didn't flush the toilet. Or like I'll come home and be like, oh, I didn't flush the toilet. So I can see it happening, but a poop and then a dirty ass toilet is like, I just don't get it. All of his fixtures are old, and she's like, We got to change this, we got to change that, and he's already just like sinking into himself, just like a sour lemon taste in his mouth because he didn't realize, I guess, that she would want things or need things. I don't know. She wants a new bed, and I'm pretty sure that's not the first time she said it to him. And again, he doesn't get it. I don't think that she's wrong for wanting a new mattress.
Yeah, this is like, Shekinah Sarper situations where it's like,
Yeah.
who's fucked in this bed and what are these stains and how old is the bed? And he wants to be like, it's really new. And when he said that, I was like, oh, it's 27 years old. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. It's 27 years old. And it's had, I mean, like, it's had colonies and generations and empires of bed bugs.
Yeah. I mean, he has mites. There are mites because that man does not. He's like, look at these sheets. I'm like, if you're not changing your sheets once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on, your situation, you, you what?
Could you imagine a world?
No.
He said he needed to change the sheets. How could you? How in God's green earth? How could you have your like beloved coming to your house for the first time and not change? Well, I guess he didn't flush his toilet. I mean,
Yeah.
he must have just been like, everything's great here.
Uh,
I mean, the bags check, poop check, and dirty sheets. I mean, when he said that he hadn't washed his sheets or his sheets could be changed, but that they were satin, it made me really think. Well, like his expectations mean that those sheets have been on there for at least 7 months.
Gosh.
Sorry. I mean, that's the truth, though, and you know it. And he's like,
This is lotion. Now all those stains are just other oil and lotion that I use. Not to ferociously touch my wiener, but also just to put on my body so I'm moisturized. And it's just why I use other lotion and oil.
I hope he tells her that she's gonna have to lotion up too because it's frigid cold season. Jasmine's like, I'm horny, and I'm like, girl, you're not gonna have sex. Like, we already know you're not gonna have sex. Coco pees on the ground, and she tries to say it wasn't him, but then it was. And yeah, she's those stairs need to be vacuumed.
That was much pee talk where you were just like, she gets down and like touches it. We're like, you have really set a precedent. This is like Quentin Tarantino situations now where you're just like, all right, all right, we get it. We get what you like, like we get it, like we don't need it, like we don't need like Uma Thurman's like size 20s in my, up my nose every now and then. But you know what I'm saying?
Yes. All right, let's take a quick commercial break and then we'll come back. Sorry, did I do something?
No, that is like Uma Thurman size 20s. Quick commercial break.
30-30 is what I put. No, it should be 38-30. Sometimes I get back to edit this and my writing is illegible.
Okay.
All right. And we're back. So let's move on to Igor and Nikki.
Igor?
I think that's what he called himself.
Oh, it wasn't Igor?
No. He said Igor.
Okay,
and I'm not going to call him Justin because she's fucking rude to change his name.
Yeah.
So do we have a picture of them? Have you noticed in this picture that they're not touching?
You're right.
Every other couple is touching in some way, and they
go back.
Not.
Are Ashley and Manuel touching?
No, they're not touching, but they're like dancing or laughing or whatever.
Okay, just wondering.
Did they also tell someone to always wear red? Because we're like red.
Yeah, everything's black and black, white, and red.
But then these two are not. So I don't think they're together.
Good God, what are you, just like Sherlock Holmes? Jesus, I mean, that's like, all right, honey.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by your sleuthing skills.
So like
there's blue.
Yeah,
there was
blue, not blue. Maybe they had those three colors.
I hate his. Is that a black shark tooth or? Oh no, it's like is it an arrowhead?
Yeah. Maybe he's native,
Okay.
but probably not. We haven't met them yet. Okay, we're there. So, yeah. You guys. So she has her mother come over to help her pack or, just to film a scene to talk about her childhood. And the mother comes
Sorry.
over and the mother is quite fabulous. Like there's a little, I love a woman who like comes put together somewhat. She's got her eyelashes on and they do look like each other. So I thought that was really cute. I saw that.
Yeah, her mom's kind of giving me a little bit of like Bette Midler a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And someone else. I don't know who the other one is yet, but like, yeah, someone else, a little in the shoulders and stuff like that. But yes. And the mother has a scene where she's like, look, I didn't get it. I didn't understand like what trans was, and I had a really hard time. And so there was a lot of years where I just like was real shitty and didn't accept Nikki, and I really regret it. And we're seeing so much trans representation now, and we're seeing so many scenes like this, where we get to have family perspectives and like parents' perspectives. And regardless of who the person is, it's always really nice when the parent has come at least to not only having a great relationship with their child, but like also feel if it wasn't like that all the time, feeling, regret and remorse for, letting shit get in the way of their own relationship with their child.
Yeah, it's really nice to see. And so we do have Nikki talking about how she is going to go over there and, maybe she's a little bit too flamboyant, but that's who she is. And how Igor's kind of worried about the reception of her there. And I think to myself, if you weren't clocked in the year 2003, why is it that now you are? Is it because you recognize that your all of your surgeries are wild and crazy?
That is an unspoken thing. Like, I can't quite tell if Igor is like, she's loud, she dresses a certain way, and and I'm like, okay, so are you saying that if she dressed demurely, that wouldn't be the problem? Or is he talking about, yes, the plastic surgeries being over the top, and that her, body is shaped like a blow up doll Kardashian, and her face looks like, God
A
bless.
lion. Her
Yeah.
face looks like, do you remember the show Beast?
Yes.
And he like lived in the sewers with like whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Yep. That's it. That is it. That is. That is.
Like, and then that it's not Kirstie Alley, but there's Kirstie Alley's like doppelganger. Is it the woman from Terminator? Is it the mother from Terminator? Is that the one who was down there? His
Linda
love?
Hamilton. Yeah.
Is it Linda
Yeah.
Hamilton? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't know what Nikki did exactly, and it feels just like overdone filler and cheek implants. Like her face is melting off, and
Yeah.
that's and the nose is either contoured or sawed down within an inch of its goddamn life. So like in my mind, I'm like, okay, if the lips were, this is what it is. If the lips were a little easier to deal with, but also I don't understand, like, her eyes, why are her eyes like, is the filler so far forward that her eyes just look so much more sunk back into her like cranial skull? I don't understand what makes it look like she's wearing a mask that is not even her face. What exactly about this overdone plastic surgery look that she has, that a lot of women have, but like, what is Igor exactly afraid of? And like, what makes it different than before for him,
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what the show Beast is, it's Beauty and the Beast. So they have a character on there who has a feline face, and that's what I mean. And I've said from the beginning that that's what she reminds me of. So don't think it's like a, beast. It's not that. It's a really beautiful love story, and I wish that I could find it and try to watch it with adult eyes. Okay. Anyways,
let's look at something with adult eyes. That's Igor, honey.
Yes, daddy. That man knows how to scoop, girl. He knows how to scoop. Look at this man. He's like, I don't work out because, I really want to look good. I work out because Sarper. I work out because I want to be like a strong super soldier. And I was like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. His glow up. I mean, how old is he now? It's like he's just become a man. Like everybody looks better in their 30s. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like these young boys,
Oh.
if they take care of themselves and keep up with the times, by the time they hit their 30s,
Oh.
whoo,
No, honey, I know. No, I
whoo,
know.
just like thick.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like there were, when it went back to a picture of them when they were young back in the day, it's like I did look through his face. This one not so much, but I was like, did he get plastic surgery? Why does he look so much better? But is it like what the hell happened there?
He just lost weight.
Yeah, he just lost weight, chiseled out that jaw,
Yeah.
that neck so thick, like the pink from his skin just gone, like everything looks better. That he's less sweaty. Wait, go back to him now.
I'm trying to find it.
Go back to him now. Wow. Oh God. Wow.
Yeah. Oof.
What is what God bless. So anyway, yeah, like the one thing that's also weird with the mom scene is that she's like, listen, when I brought Igor here 13 years ago or whatever, my mom wasn't into it, but now my mom is like, yeah, everything's gonna work out. Now I'm gonna tell you this part of the mom scene weirds me out because we're supposed to believe this mom and Nikki have a great special relationship that's like very close, like sisters or whatever, but more like, friends, whatever. God bless, we're supposed to believe about them. But at the same time, it's not gonna work out. I mean, not at all. Like, I don't think there's a lot of like problems ahead. Like, why would you be so like, yeah, this is going to work out? And why the way that she speaks to Nikki is almost kind of like the way that Holly's mom speaks to Holly, where it's like, this person's late 40s. So why are you like, I think I'll go. It's good. I think that you're going to get married. No, I think you're just going to get married. Everything you're going to want in the end is it's all going to work out. I think they just have to like chill out. You're like, what is this? What is this, like a 28-year-old? Is she 32? Like, what's happened? This is a 47, wink, wink, year old woman. Like, what? Like, why are you treating Holly and Nikki like they are just like demure little damsels that like are for the first night someone's asked for their hand in marriage, they have to like know how to deal?
This is my biggest gripe with them being on this show is that they are on before the 90 days. I do not want people who are deciding whether or not they're gonna fucking be together on this show. I want everyone landed in America today. And I need them to I need Igor to land in America. Okay? Jasmine landed. Manuel landed. Sophie landed. Okay? It is time for him to land. And the fact that she's packing to go there is so stupid. Who do they think we are? Who do you guys think we are? We have been watching this show for at least 7 years. And you're going to play in my face and put a before the 90-day feline-faced woman and her hot ass leg splitting man on my show? No.
Her show.
Before the 90 days, please. Get out of here. So I want to look up pictures of Nikki as Exotica. Have you looked up her alter ego on Instagram?
Oh, I did. And, it's so funny because she's half, when we first met her, she was half Amanda Lepore and then half fucking Erica Jane, and both of the people are just like blondes that, really want to perform and have, alter egos. But then again, I guess I technically also did that too.
Wow, 1.4 million followers.
Jesus, listen. I mean, listen, that's a reason to be on a show, and this is not her first. So, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt, and or just like, and listen, I'm gonna be honest too. He could do better. Do you think this split is really truly that flexible? I think that I've seen better. Okay, so let's also talk about him talking to his friend. He has a friend, and his friend is open-minded, knows about the whole sitch. It's great. They go and get what looks like coffee, but then there's also friends like, do you have any cheese? I didn't know if it was like crepes with cheese or like coffee with a side of cheese. I love cheese in the morning, so I got it. Then they go and play chess, which, by the way, I like I in my life go in and out of phases where I play chess.
Really?
Yeah, do you know that about me?
I
Oh, I'm
never
very
knew that
smart.
about
No,
you.
I'm very smart. No, I play chess. I think about my moves, you know what I'm saying? Like protect the queen, all of it. So, right now I'm playing with my nephew, who just is picking it up, so I'm playing it again. Wa doesn't know me. She thinks she knows me, but like I'm a woman of mystery, so she just will just move
Yeah,
out
I
the other
don't
day.
know who this person is.
But that's fun. And then they go sit down, like, we're gonna sit with the grandpas, and then they do this thing that like is where is interesting. Where they're talking about Nikki, and like I think that his friend is like low key trying to be like, oh, what does she look like, and what does she really look like? And no one's bringing up plastic surgery. And so when he shows her, is like, what do you think? Like I can't quite tell if it's like the plastic surgery or whether she can fit in here or whatever. And then so they just blindly are like, hey, grandpas, take a break with that rook, honey, and look at this queen. Ha 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 ha. And like the grandpas are like, why I wouldn't kick her out of bed or whatever the hell they say. It's not even that bad. They're just like, well, I like her, or I'm a man that looks at things. I don't know what they say. Something, whatever. So it's just Igor in his talk with his friend pretty much just tells the friend the same story, like with the same details. We were dating in a fight. She said that she was a man. I was upset. I went through soul searching. I sort of got over it. Now we started talking again, and she sent me memes until I fell back in love with her.
But also he's like, she looks more feminine now, or she looks more like a woman or shapely or something that he says. And I was like, what?
Yes, he did. And so I'm like, well, you didn't even know that she was a man before. And or she was, or whatever. Like she said, I don't know if I said that, like you didn't know that she said, whatever, like that she was born a man. You didn't, so you had never clocked it before a lot of the plastic surgery that made her like facially very different. Whether she had plastic surgery before, the old pictures of her look like a normal person. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, she said she was passable, and I, agree. Like, I don't think that, like, and he obviously thought she passed too back at the time and that whatever. And so the amount of surgery that she's had now on her face makes her, very intense to look at, that like as a female, regardless of like, whether she was born a man or not, any female that, looks like that, we just clock them as like plastic surgery addicts. And because of that, probably, if not, we're leaning toward the line of like mental
Yeah.
problems, where
Yep.
you don't like yourself a lot, and there are things that you are obsessively going to do without regards to like changing how you feel from the inside. That part gets scary. I don't like that she's trans on the show, and I'm happy that we had Cleo, because a lot of this kind of plastic surgery, I think, addiction, well, I would be afraid would make other people be able to like draw lines of like, well, this and that or whatever. She's not a great representation.
Yeah.
Okay. So especially other ones we had. So I mean, like, yeah, Cleo is a fucking elegant goddess.
Yep.
Like it's hard.
But I think all representation matters.
I
And
know.
so I'm happy that we've got other folks that show the spectrum of what it means to be a trans woman and what it means to be a trans person.
Yeah,
Now,
trans woman who has mental issues, just like other women who have mental issues. Everyone has mental issues and want to like, do the work on the outside that's not on the inside.
yeah, I'm going through Nikki Exotica's Instagram, and she has been posting pictures of him since March. So, you know how most couples take it down so that you can see if it's like, whatever. She's like, no, to keeping this picture up. So, anywho, I think that's it, right? He does the splits. That's where I stopped paying attention to anything else. He talks to the grandfathers about and the chest. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's move on to our favorite Blitch, and that is Ashley and Manuel. Let me tell you.
Tell me.
Manuel stepped off that plane and was like, okay, I don't care what your situation is. I'm taking over. He is so cocky and so smug when he's like, listen, babe, I know you said you're a witch, but I'm not with that. So if you need to go get some air, do that. Hey,
Yeah.
Romeo, your mom's outside, or whatever that dog's name is. Rico Suave. Hey, Rico, your mom's outside. You miss her, huh? Let me eat this food as he giggles or as he laughs. Like, he's like, and she
He
was so worried. Go ahead.
They must have a relationship where he calls her on her shit and she feels like endeared by it. But yeah, he
Mhm.
also let's just go back. He gets off that plane. He's like, I'll be honest. They were like, you have 90 days. And I was like, can I get an extra 30?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And then like she's so worried that this like poor dumb Ecuadorian is just going to get lost in the world and not be able to find her because he doesn't speak English. And this is his first time he's ever left his small village or whatever, the way she makes it seem. And the man gets off the plane and he's just like walking towards her and she's like, but before that, girl, the amount of crying she does in the car is so stupid. She just cries and just like, and she's literally talking to her sister who we think is
I
miles
love you.
away.
I love you. Yep.
We think the sister is as miles away. No. She's like, and her sister comes up and is just like, okay, breathe, be calm. Her sister with blue contacts. Okay,
Mhm.
breathe, be calm. She has a gallon of water, I guess, in case she gets thirsty, or maybe so she can get through her water intake for the day. Um, and Ashley's one of these people who will wear a bra the same color as the outfit they're wearing because they really want to wear a halter style top instead of, and you correct me if I'm wrong, if this is something that is an option for her, instead of just getting the proper bra for the situation.
Yeah, so she would need a racer back, bra or halter bra for that. And she has, as we can see, rather large boobies, so it's probably very hard to get that. And
Mm.
so she's made this choice. And I'm gonna be honest, as another person with large boobies, I've made it, and I've made it.
You made it in your 20s, right?
So, listen, I'm over the breakdown too, but because it is missing her yellow makeup and her sister is in the contacts. We talked about that, but she's waiting for Manuel to come down. He does, and she's like so excited, and he's like, "Stop, just stop crying. It's like awkward. I don't, but I'm not gonna cry, like it's so just, it's fine."
Look at her nails.
Um,
She's got different nails, and I guess she was like, oh, I want them both, so I'll just do them both.
I was so wrong, Well, I'm already episode 2, and I was like, I'm gonna love her, and I'm just like, look how fickle I am. I hate her so much. I hate her. I
Yeah,
don't hate
you're
her. I
right.
don't hate her. I don't
You
hate
don't
her.
hate
But
her.
like, yeah, I don't hate her. But then we just go to this
She's annoying.
house. Yeah, she's not. I don't know why I was gonna can't hang my hat on this one. We go to her house, and everything is witch. Everything is just like different things and witchy places, and it's like, girl, like what? Like this is again. Is this the year? Like when I was like 7, I had a birthday and I made everyone give me troll dolls, and it's a ruined birthday because I was obsessed for 1 year with one thing and like didn't have a life and I didn't look in the
I mean,
foresight.
you were
But
7. What kind of life were you expecting to have?
when with like, oh, I wish I had a Tiffany's themed birthday. I wish I'd made people bought me Tiffany's.
At 7?
I
You're a crazy person. Stop speaking.
Okay, well anyway, so this is the
Like,
Beckham thing. So
it is
uh,
okay for you to have asked for trolls at 7. Anyways, so Chris,
her Spanish is great. I'll give her that. Okay,
I
go on.
mean, yeah. I don't know, right? I
Her
think
accent's not great, but she understands Spanish, yeah.
yeah. And I like that fact that they've settled into that. He seems real comfortable. This house looks like everything was given to her for free. She went around many neighborhoods and just picked things off the street. Nothing looks solid, nothing looks stable, nothing looked designed. Everything is hodgepodgey. Like even that couch has a cover on it. It's not even like the actual color of the couch. You see that? Like baggy ass
Mhm, mhm.
cover. It's like what are we going for here? And the fact that she lets this man in his airplane fucking clothes sit on her couch without immediately, and he tried. He was like, "Let me put my bags down." She's like, "No.
Yes.
I want to give you a tour. Keep that backpack on, okay? Because you might want to just go back into the airport." So
That part was crazy. Why I know, like, oh, right there, I'm just on the ground. I'll give you the tour. Like, what a weird moment.
So weird. And he fights her toe to toe, and to the point where she's like, I don't want to talk about this. Because Rico Suave has been there through tons of men.
Let's talk about this. How do you so we basically what he gets upset is that he doesn't want to sleep with animals in the bed. And that is a that's
Rational.
a rational thing. And he lives in a place where, like, I'm sure animals are outdoor animals, and so the thought of
Yeah.
having all of it, just it's not bad. It's not a bad thought. She doesn't have a door in our room, so he knows that, like, dogs are gonna just jump out there, and this bitch is not gonna, like, get the dog to leave. And so he's like, I'll put a door there, and she's like, that's when she cries again, and then says what Wa said, which is that Rico Suave has been there, and he does already plays in the bed. She's wrong for that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Wa would think that, but I just want to say that, yeah, you can't, yeah, your trauma is your trauma. Just because that you've been single and you've, like, let a dog sleep in your room this whole time, that's fine, and I get it. But at the same time, it's like consent. To me, it's like consent. Like,
Yeah.
you're in a bed with someone else. They also get a say who's in bed, like.
Yep. Why the fuck did she take the door off? Is it like bad feng shui or bad, like, witchy energy? Like, it
They probably
just.
blocked things, so it was probably like, I'll just take it off. I'll put, like, a cool little, like, scarf thing. I'm
And it's not
witch.
even cool. It's not even cool.
She thinks it is.
It's not even beads or anything, like, interesting. Like,
She thinks it is.
and then he's like, oh my God, we only have cats in the house to kill mice. It's a bad omen to have a cat in the house. Like, yeah, he's definitely from a place where people just don't have the dogs that they do have live outside. The cats that they do have, and he's like, we just feed the cat. Cat does nothing for you. It's like, yeah, that's what we do here in America. We just have things that don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I like the fact that he, like, surprised by the nature and trees around there, because Rochester, New York is absolutely beautiful. And, like, I'm not saying New York, Manhattan isn't beautiful, but I'm sure that he thought he was going to New York, and like, upstate New York, I mean, it's all like New Orleans, like, that's some New England shit. Like, that's some gorgeous shit. So I was happy that he was excited about the natura. But as Wa said, yeah, he's just like, oh, Papa's back in town, honey. Like, I'm here to make the decisions. Like, I am the captain now. I mean, all of that. And that doesn't bode well, because what we can see, the fact that for some reason Ashley makes a lot of money with this fucking witch shit.
I don't think she does, Chris. I don't.
More the money that, I mean, okay.
More.
You're right. But who's paying the $10,000 to get him here? Her?
You're right. I don't know. You're right. You see, I don't know how she did it. Credit cards, I'm not sure. But, like, Chris, it is a problem. That house is a problem. Those animals in his bed are a problem. The fact that he was so comfortable to be like, I'll just sleep on the couch and I'm cool. Like, he's used to fighting with her, and he's just real chill with the fights, and she's crying. And she's like, I come from a very strong line of strong Black women of color. And I was not even Black, strong women of color. And I'm like, they're not Black? That's what I thought. 2, you're not strong. So you cried before parking your car. You allowed yourself to get so emotional at an airport that you had to pull. You're weird. She's not strong. She's very flippant and makes crazy decisions. Like, her friends are worried that she was just going to turn around and leave him there. Like, she's not. She can get on my nerves. I mean, listen, I love a bold lip, but get the right tone, sis.
Oh, I will hang my hat on the fact that she does good makeup. You know what I'm saying? But, like,
she does good makeup.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say it that way.
I mean, you can say it. I'm just gonna at every turn show you all of her makeup looks, and then we're gonna judge. Like, you've written this into stone, Chris. She does terrible makeup.
I'll tell you right now, I hate that we do a podcast where my words live on for infamy.
Look at
Infinity.
this. It has not been blended at all.
She cried. She knew she was probably crying that off. She decided to FaceTime and cry at the same time while she was driving on the way to the airport, someone that she was going to see in 2 seconds later. Okay, so that's what this woman decided. So, I mean, I'm not happy. I don't want to hang my hat on anything about her. And so just let me just back the fuck up. Beep, 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 beep. Backup camera. Don't need it. I can see it right there. And I did you're right. Back up. But what a beautiful end. And that was she, for someone who's a witch, she really doesn't have control over any of her emotions or life anyway, or her drugs, okay, or her heart.
I want to get a modern haircut. This haircut is giving me, like, smooth 2002.
I unfortunately like it.
All right, you guys, so if you want to see the the visuals of what you've been listening to today, you can join us on Patreon for $10 a month. It's patreon.com/DocuSweeties. Support your girls. Give us a little help in the money department. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, if you can't do that at patreon.com for /DocuSweeties for $10 a month, Chris will tell you your other options.
Oh, go to Instagram and type in @DocuSweeties and then follow us, like us, all of that. And then do the same thing on TikTok. And then go open X or Twitter and then you put in @DocuSweeties, you add a 1 and you just like pretend that we're ever going to tweet again. And then you go to Facebook, you type in the DocuSweeties podcast group and then you find us there and then you go, fuck you, Chris, I'm done. And I'm going to say yes. But also, have you given us 5 stars? We love you so much. Thanks for joining on, this ride with us. We'll give you more when the time is right.
Yeah, and time is not right. Time is nigh, but not right. So we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.